This is just a list of regular guy stuff, regular human guy stuff that I've done that I would like to share with you all. I've stolen before. I've cussed before. I say the word again. I've hurt people. I've been hurt by people. I've lied about things. Oh, this one's good. I can be selfish. I've hated. I've loved. Oh, I think this one's really going to resonate with you guys. I've broken promises. And that's just, a few things that I think people need to be reminded of. I'm a regular guy. I've done all those things.
So the GOAT of YouTube has made his 15th return back onto the platform. Now, that sounds like I'm joking or exaggerating, but I think it's literally his 15th time coming back. And to be straight up, this video isn't really about Cory or him coming back or anything of the sort. It's about something that he said in his comeback that I really thought was really important to the audience and people who watch people on the internet. The title of the video was, "I'm just a regular guy," which is something that I feel like a lot of people who view these YouTubers, not even just YouTubers, celebrities in general, tend to forget. Like, yes, these people have established a certain amount of fame and renown from doing the things that they've done, but that doesn't make them any different from me or you. And a lot of the time when people achieve this certain level of fame, people start holding them to a different standard. They're supposed to be some saint or something like that, when they never promised to be. I went to DreamCon probably 2 years ago now, and I got to see a lot of the YouTubers that I've been watching my whole life. To give a little background on that, I was a kid who didn't really watch TV that much. Every day when I came home, I'm turning on YouTube. I'm watching I'm Dante, and I was watching Cory back then. And this is dating back almost 10 years ago at this point, probably more closer to 7. These are people that I watched every single day. And when I had the opportunity to go to DreamCon and see these people that I watch every day, like Kai, Duke, Dante, Rico, Cloud, all of these people that I've watched every day for such a long time, it was a surreal experience. But at the same time, it reminded me that all of these people are literally just people. And yes, they do something on the internet that I like, but that does not make them any different from me. I remember I literally had a conversation with my parents about it and everything. And I was telling them that, and funny enough, my dad was like, "What did you expect them to fly or be Superman or something?" But it's funny because when you develop that parasocial relationship with somebody over the internet, it's almost kind of like they become like this figure to you, this idol to you, because maybe their videos or their songs or whatever they might do that you enjoy might help you through a hard time. It might put a smile on your face for the day, and it might be the thing that you look forward to the most in the day. So with that being said, when somebody provides that to you, you probably would depend on them just like you would anybody else in a real relationship. Most of the time when you're in a relationship, you look onto that person to be your light when you're in the dark. And that's what a lot of these YouTubers or artists or actors have been to me and you. And even with my videos, people have came up to me and tell me how my videos have helped them. Or people have reached out to me on Instagram looking for advice on certain things. That aspect of it was really different to me, especially being that I never really expected me just telling my stories or me telling my opinions about certain things to actually have that effect on people. Obviously, to a certain extent, you put something out in the world that people will digest it and have some sort of opinion on it. But until somebody really comes up to you and be like, "Hey man, I watch all your videos. I watch them every week. I look forward to them." Just that feeling of somebody saying that to you, like, oh, people actually pay attention. People actually care about this stuff that I'm doing on the internet for fun, which was another thing that Cory talked about. The fact that he wasn't doing this for money. He was just doing this because this was something that he enjoyed, which is also something that I relate to as well. Because even with my YouTube, I pretty much just do this for fun. Don't get me wrong, you definitely can make the big bucks from it if you get to that level, which would be nice. But at the end of the day, whenever I started my channel, because my advisor told me that I should a year ago, I said my main goal was just to help somebody. If I was able to inspire one person, I felt like I had did my job with the YouTube. Now, obviously, I feel like at this point, with a lot of my videos touching different amounts of views, that I've been able to accomplish that. But it's still something that like shocks you whenever you realize how big of an effect something that you just did or you just sharing knowledge can have on somebody else. I know Cory is probably on a whole different level, like I said, because obviously he has 22 million subscribers. If you ever seen his fan base, they literally treat Cory like the Messiah who could do no wrong, which is wrong because, like I also stated on the video, it puts a lot of pressure on himself, which ultimately he should not have. Because no celebrity should feel like they have to be a role model to somebody. You get a certain level of fame and influence, you probably shouldn't misuse that or directly influence people to do negative things. But at the same time, if I was never looking to be like your father I shouldn't have to be that person for you. Same with Cory. I just did these videos because I wanted to have a positive impact on somebody. Whether that be me talking about whatever, I wanted it to help somebody in some way, whether that make them happy, giving them some type of advice, inspiration, anything. That's all I ever wanted to do. But with that, I also don't want people to ever look at me, especially if I get to a certain level, and just think that I'm supposed to be this perfect person. Like in my personal life, I feel like I deal with stuff like that all the time, especially with me being a peer leader and things like that. I felt like a lot of people always looked at me to just be something I wasn't. A lot of the time, people would want me to like be perfect and never do anything wrong or never make mistakes. At least that's what it felt like. Actually, one of my most popular videos of me being first in the state and hating it is literally because of that reason. Because when I was at first in the state, everybody was looking at me. I couldn't mess up at anything. And it was like, that was all people ever talked about. I got put on this pedestal and I literally hated it. So I completely get where he's coming from. Now, like I said, that's a completely different level of being known worldwide than being in the state. But just the small slice of it that I got, I realized how that can make you feel. Now, I don't want y'all to get misconstrued in this video and think that I'm telling you that you shouldn't be fans of these people, you shouldn't watch them, or that like you shouldn't hold them to any standards. Because at the same time, I do think that you should like hold them to being a good person in general. I said, if they're going on a platform to tear somebody down or talk negative about somebody, I don't think that's something that should be happening. And personally, I don't feel like you should support somebody who's doing things like that. At the same time, don't hold them to be some sort of saint like they do no wrong. That's why that saying came about, like, don't meet your heroes, they're gonna disappoint you. Because even though Superman is Superman, sometimes he's gonna be Clark Kent. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has never made mistakes in their life. We are all just people figuring out life day by day. And just because I might have more followers than you or you have more followers than me does not make it any different for either one of us. Anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Try not to put these people on the pedestal. Please try and remember that they are people as well. And try not to get too wrapped up into the internet drama that you see. Hey, but look, twin, hit that like button.
Bye.